In this video, I'm going to talk about how to accessorize for the summer because out of everything in fashion, accessories are where you get to have the most fun and it's very low commitment. You don't have to change your wardrobe to experiment with it. And I want to say shout out to Fleur for suggesting this topic in the comments. So let's get into it. When it comes to jewelry, I personally don't prefer when it's very busy, ear stacking or ring stacking, bracelet stacking. I think it can look nice, but it's not where I naturally go. I do prefer, and I'm really attracted to statement pieces, one or two statement pieces at a time, so that it's not too much. And I mean, obviously, they can be big pieces like a big ring or big earrings, but not necessarily. Sometimes the statement is in the shape, the texture, and the color. And summer, especially, is a great time to play with color, like a ring with a beautiful cabochon worn on its own with a beautiful manicure. It adds so much to a look. Or a necklace with beautiful multicolored gemstones. That piece is enough. You don't need to do more. It can elevate a whole look on its own, or even a cuff watch worn alone or with a beautiful bracelet is extremely elegant. And like I said, a different shape is also very interesting. This bracelet, for example, with all these little fish shapes, animals are actually very present in jewelry. Even high-end jewelry will almost always reference animals one way or another. It's often birds and panthers and snakes and elephants. I personally love it on brooches and especially when it's pavé. So, pavé is basically those small sparkling stones you see set closely together on jewelry. I mean, pavé anything, I mean, there's something about the mix of metal and stones that just feels so sophisticated. And finally, texture. I love it when there's a mix of something that looks high end with something that's the complete opposite of it, like this ring, for example. I think it's more playful because you're not trying to be too precious or too serious about it, which means you don't have to invest in high end pieces for it to look high end, in my opinion. Personally, I find it easier to find these accessories in the vintage department. Usually, vintage pieces have two or three aspects of what I just talked about. You can easily find different shapes, colors, and textures in one piece. And I want to share with you a collection of vintage pieces that I've been working on. This is real vintage jewelry. I have curated and went on a hunt for these pieces myself, which means they're one of a kind. And I'm so excited to show them to you and also would love to hear your thoughts on them. You will find them all at wstudio.com, which I will also link below. This is my personal project, not a collab or anything like that. It will give you a very clear idea of what accessories I like because I would wear all of these myself. I love to go search for things that are not so easy to find. I think that there's a lot of jewelry out there in the world, and it's really about finding those special pieces. And it's really a mix of signed and unsigned pieces. I have this gorgeous pair of clip on earrings from Panetta. So Panetta is a highly collectible Italian brand, and their pieces are really well made. I would wear it during the day with a simple shirt, and I would wear it with a black dress for an evening dinner. So it's super versatile. I also really like this yellow and cream pair. It's a fun pop of color. It's very light. It's not a clip-on, and it's just the right size, not too big, not too small, and it's different. So anyway, please let me know which one is your favorite. Your feedback is highly appreciated. Okay, so going back to our topic, I really like beaded necklaces for the summer. They look like candy to me for some reason. It's a youthful vibe, which can contrast really well with a suit or something very serious, but it also looks good with simple dresses and tank tops. I'm also on a hunt for white or cream jewelry. I think it contrasts well. It contrasts well with the skin, especially with a good tan, and it adds so much freshness, but it needs to be against the skin directly to provide that contrast, like this necklace worn with a strapless top. For brooches, I see a lot of people wearing big flower-like brooches in the chest. This pearl one is great, but most of other ones I saw were fabric brooches that looked like flowers, and it's a look we've seen on the runway at Chanel recently. Another cool way to use brooches is on the bottom of pants. Sometimes pants can be too long, so you can use them to adjust, and this is a beautiful trick if you don't want to alter them. When it comes to belts, I really like a simple gold belt against cream trousers. It could even be a necklace used as a belt. I also found this photo, and I mean, this belt has been living in my mind ever since. I don't know where I could find something like this. And there's also a big trend of using scarves with tassels as belts with pants and dresses. It adds movement and texture to a simple look. For the summer, my go-to bag is a basket bag. Well, this basket bag specifically is the one I wear all the time. I got it in Morocco. The thing is with bags, I hate it when things are scattered and I have to look for things. So I just use different pouches to organize everything. I can show you. We can do a what's in my bag. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody, but I'll show you. So I have my iPad. I have my wallet, which I got at Mango. Love this one. Beautiful small pouch for the mic that I have in my hand. I've got my sunnies and I have my tray for my aligners. Um, okay, I have this one. This is my mom's, and she had it when I was a kid. I remember seeing this thing when I was a kid at home when it was just laying around. And recently I found it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna use it for something. It's gonna be used for something for sure. And for this one, I just use it for my chargers, earpods, all the cables so that it all stays in one place. What else is there? I have a disinfectant for my hands sometimes when I'm running around. And lastly, I have this big pouch which has a lot of very useful things that I use on a daily. So let me show you. Okay, so I have my eye drops. I have hand cream. And also with hand cream, I have also cuticle oil, which I have it with me, so I remind myself to use it many times a day. Apparently, you have to do it many times a day to hydrate your cuticles so that they stay healthy. I have a nail file, which surprisingly I use a lot during the day. Sometimes, the nail breaks or something happens and you don't want to remove the whole nail. So you just adjust it quickly with the file and there's not a lot of damage. I have lip gloss, lip balm, lipstick. It's funny, I don't even wear lipstick that much. Lip liner. So are the lip products. I have this beautiful blush from Essence. Um, I can't, the writing is all gone, but I think the reference is 100 is what it says here. Also got it in Morocco. It was very cheap. I think it was equivalent of $1 or $2. And I just love the color of it. I don't know if you can see, but it's what I'm wearing right now. I just love it. It's pink, but it's also shiny a little bit, so it gives you a glowy look. I have eye pencil. So this is the easy makeup I have with me that I can just touch on very quickly, do makeup touches during the day. I have small perfume. This is the Chloe perfume. And some hairpins because obviously we always need those. Okay, so that was my improvised bag tour. So that's the bag that I use on a daily, but if I'm not gonna need a lot, I'll take a smaller bag, smaller basket bag. This one, which is one of my most favorite pieces in my wardrobe. I got it like 6 or 7 years ago. It's pretty small, but I'm able to have my phone and wallet in it, so it's perfect. I also think for evenings, clutches are so chic. I stumbled on a reel this week of this girl, Marissa Mart. She was showing some vintage clutches that she found online, and they're very much on trend. And it's also a great way to experiment with color and bring something unexpected to a look. So hats are an essential in the summer because they're really functional. They're a good additional UV protection. I got this hat on Amazon for $15 or $20, I think. The fabric is anti-UV and it's really big. Like it covers the whole face. I'm gonna try to find a video of me wearing it, but it's not the most beautiful hat you've ever seen, but it does the job. Straw hats are usually more elegant. The thing with hats is that you just need to figure out the shape that works best with your face, but also the shape of your head. I know it sounds weird, but not all heads are equal. Personally, I have a pretty flat head and not all hats sit well on me. For example, I can't style scarves like this. It doesn't look good on me. I need something with more height and more volume at the top. So yeah, anyway, once you get the shape right, you can play around with textures and colors, but straw usually is a safe choice. So that was my roundup of the art of accessorizing in the summer. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!